With us now is Tom Palladino. Welcome, Tom. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for the invitation, Donna.
We're talking about energy, but a certain type of energy. Please describe to our audience what it is that you specialize in.
I specialize in an energy spectrum known as scalar energy. It's not electricity. It's energy from the sun and the stars. And I've developed instruments that capture that energy. It's a new and emerging science. It's what some people might call Tesla science or 0 point energy.
And I had mentioned to you that Tesla's lab was here, right?
Yes,
Nikola
that's
Tesla,
right.
here in Long Island where we're filming this. And I've been to the location in is it Warrendale? Warrendale, I believe.
Wardenclyffe Tower,
That's it.
yes.
Thank you so much. I knew it was kind of close.
Yeah.
So this energy that you're pulling from the sun and the stars, you're using it in a way that actually helps heal others. So you're using it for good.
I am. That's the whole point of my humanitarian career. So when I'm working with these energy instruments, I want to make this very clear. I work with the quantum field, or what's known as the energy field on a photograph. I only work with photographs. And I'm able to pick up the quantum field or the energy signature of a person on their photograph. Now, I do that with these unique instruments. Again, this is not electricity or magnetism. So it's a new science.
Now, with any science, right, there's a hypotheses, and then there are steps to either prove or disprove something, right? There are mathematical equations, there are quantitative measurements, if you will. So you were working in a different industry before you started this. And how do you marry the two in order to help you qualify or quantify what it is that you're doing?
Well, let me say this about scalar energy. Nobody has quite yet figured out how to measure the energy because it's everywhere. So it's not a basic unit. We believe it's actually an infinite source of energy. So how can you measure something that's infinite? So the way we've developed these instruments is to judge the before and after results. That's the best way. That's the, if you will, the state of the science right now.
So walk us through one of those types of measurements, because I know you had to do some research, you had to do some focus groups, you've had to kind of, because it's so new, right? It's like a new, I look at you as if you're like this pioneer, right? Just going out there and you're just creating something that's never been done before. So it's kind of exciting. So walk us through that.
You're right. It's never been done before. So again, when I'm working with an energy instrument such as scalar energy, I work with people's photographs. And I'm able to detect on their photograph signatures, such as signatures of viruses, bacteria, fungi, say germs, microbes. And with a scalar energy instrument, I'm not only able to detect the presence of a germ, a microbe, but I'm also able to negate the molecular bonds of that microbe, that germ. So this is the new science in which we're working through the force field. It's non-physical. We're working through information or a force field. And in so doing, we can access a person's quantum energy by way of their photograph. Now, that might sound futuristic, but let's just say 100 years ago, if somebody told you that they can make a cell phone call and that somebody's voice would be in this box, so to speak, that would be futuristic. Well, it's common now. New science of scalar energy in which we access force fields by way of a person's photograph or the photograph, if you will, of an animal, a pet.
You've been able to take what it is that you've learned and you've been able to apply it, and it seems like you've been able to help people. Would you be at liberty to maybe share, without naming names, a type of before and after for us?
Sure. And that's the key. It's the before and after, because this is, again, a new science. Well, we're able to work with people around the world by way of their photograph. And people will send me a photograph and say, please submit my photograph for a session, a scalar energy session. Now, after I work with those people, invariably they'll report back that they feel better or that they no longer, say, have a viral infection. Many people have said we had a follow-up with our physician or at the medical clinic and they no longer have any indication of, say, the herpes virus. Now, that is the before and after evidence that is mounting. So this new science demands a new protocol, and that's the protocol thus far that we have to speak of a before and after testing.
And you're helping people through all walks of life, but you're working with different nonprofits, you're working with different organizations, if you will, that are also providing you an opportunity to, try things out, correct?
Right, right. But that's one of my goals, to be able to work with people around the world free of charge and provide this global healing ministry, all by way of a person's photograph. And if you will, these instruments are rather versatile. A scalar energy instrument can easily work with 1 million photographs a day. So that's my vision, to provide global healing through the quantum realm, or through, if you will, the photographic realm.
As we were talking on the phone a few weeks ago, I was sharing with you that ever since I was little, probably from the age of 12, I didn't exactly know how to describe what it is, or the gifts that I have, or how I use them, or my intuition, or things like that. But just talking to you now, even like what I call my third eye, my window to, this universe, that universe, or whatever, it just feels like I feel that. Now, this is not a still photo. Like, you're not like sending things my way with a still photo. Does it also work? Have you tried it with video before?
It does work with videos, but in order to make this simple, I ask people simply to email us a photograph. That way
Okay.
it's not so complicated. And everybody has a cell phone today, and everybody can email a photograph. And that's the way our website is set up, to accept emailed photographs. So I believe in simplicity.
Okay.
And, the key here is to help people with their quantum health, and that's what we're doing.
When they send you, is it kind of like a passport photo though, Tom? I mean, do they smile in their picture? Do they like try to get the right angle? Is it?
Incredible, the photographs that I receive. Sometimes I'll receive a photograph from an entire family in a group shot. I've received photographs from soccer teams. The entire soccer team agreed to the session, so I receive a group photograph of a soccer team or a baseball team. So it is humorous sometimes, the type of photographs that I receive.
And before we wrap up, what is one important thing that you want to make sure that I let our audience know from you directly?
I believe everybody has access to scalar energy or scalar light by way of prayer, or by way of, say, a correct intention, or by way of meditation. So I would ask everybody to make this a better world, and to access that dimension, that prayer life, that meditative life.
I love that. And we're talking here in the last part of this year and moving into the calendar year. Although we know that time just is never ending, it's infinite, right? I think that's a good idea. I think as we're thinking about maybe our New Year's resolutions, or intentionally thinking about things that we want to manifest for the goodness of ourselves and for others, to be intentional about that. So they could go to your website too, because you have a lot of information on there, right? It's like
The website is scalarlight.com. We offer everybody in the world 15 days of free session. You can email us your photograph once again, and we'll work with you and your entire family for free by way of your photograph.
I know that you helped a friend's brother, and that was the one reason that I wanted to, because he had a healing in his life, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted to at least showcase you today. And I cannot thank you enough for being a guest, and wish you continued success and love and light and energy and stars and the constellations. I'm just fixing, by the way, I have a Meade telescope that I bought years ago, and I haven't really used it, but I found the brochure for it, and I was like, I said, I just feel like now's the time. There's a calling for me to kind of, dance among the stars.
But that's apropos. That's what scalar energy is: star power, star energy.
Thank you so much, Tom. Happiness to you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm sending you shiny stars. Be well. Bye.
Bye-bye.